What's going on, everybody? OG Blue out here. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Bienvenido, bienvenida. The goal of my CCC videos is for people to have a better understanding of the program, meaning what to expect, what you should and shouldn't do, what you can get out of the program, and so much more. And if you have been following me, I just want to say, first off, what's up? And I also want to say thank you for everything. Thank you for all the support. I really appreciate it. So let's move on. How much are your paychecks at California Conservation Corps? Every month on the 10th, you receive your paycheck. If the 10th falls on a holiday or a weekend, you'll receive your paycheck a couple days early. You can be paid as much as $1,500 if you're residential and $1,800 if you're non-residential. And the reason why residential centers don't get paid as much as non-res is because of standard state and federal tax deductions. Residential centers have to pay $325 a month for food, housing, the gym, laundry, maintenance, and other household amenities. Along with your pay, you receive benefits. You get a 401k plan, life insurance, health insurance, and discounts around your community, such as going to the recreation center for free, or discounts on taxis and restaurants. Honestly, some Corps members make a little bit more or a little bit less. It honestly depends on your work schedule and how you file your taxes every year. So when I say work schedule, that means like, say you're working in the kitchen, you finally have a day off. If someone calls off of work, they may call you in to replace them. So, you'll be getting more hours, you'll be getting more pay because of that. If you're on spike, say you're supposed to do like a 7-day spike, 8-day spike, however long spikes are, you're working for that, and then like you guys don't finish the project and you guys have to stay, you'll be getting paid for that. So it fluctuates up and down, and that goes for emergencies too. You never know how long you'll be on emergency. Sometimes you'll figure it out. Sometimes they'll tell you, oh, we'll be here for 2 weeks, and then something happens, you have to stay like another 2 more weeks. So it fluctuates up and down, but that's how much you'll be getting paid. You will be getting paid for that time, I should say. You'll receive your check at the end of the day during hook line. Someone from administration will come out and either distribute the checks alphabetically or do it by crews. And at the Tahoe Center, the administration does not work on Saturday and Sunday. So if you haven't picked it up by then, they'll most likely lock it up and you won't be able to pick it up until Monday. Or what they'll do is give it to the residential advisor or residential staff and you can pick it up from them. But before you go running off with your check, you have to make sure that your hours are accounted for. Look over that timesheet and make sure you're getting paid for all the days that you worked. There was one time, it was actually my first check. And I just took my check, signed for it, whatever. And when I opened it, I was like, whoa, this check is low. And I talked to my common brothers and sisters about it, and I was right. They were getting paid like $500 more than I was. So what I ended up doing was going to administration and speaking to Dante. And shout out to Dante. Dante was hella cool. But Dante, we found out that not only myself, but like 8 other people were shorted on their checks. And he fixed the problem, which was cool. But what I'm trying to say is that if you believe that you're short on your check or you didn't get paid for a day or whatever, all you have to do is take your check, sign for it, but immediately bring it up to administration and they'll fix the problem. You'll be getting the rest of your money in like a week's time. Regardless of how much your monthly paychecks are, you need to save more than you spend, which is going to be challenging because you're going to want to go here and there and get tatted and buy souvenirs and personal items and go to the bar and buy video games, but no. Well, yeah, but you have to discipline yourself. One of the first things you should do when you get your paycheck is make a bank account. I'm not going to tell you which bank you should get, but I have US Bank, and I love them because every single month I don't have any bullcrap fees, and I always have access to $200, if not the full amount, when I deposit my check, unlike these other banks where you have to wait a full business day or a couple days to get your money. And what I do with my money is I put most of it into my savings, I put some away for bills, I put some away from personal items, and then the rest is just play money, If you don't want to make a bank account, I suggest investing in a piggy bank. And I had a piggy bank while in the seas. I brought it from home, and mine was like a metal one that you couldn't even get into without like a can opener. And I was inconsistent on putting money in, but when I finally pried it open or busted it open, it had like 550 bucks in it. So imagine how much money you'll have if you're consistently putting money in. You can have like well over $1,000. Okay, so it pays to have a car when core members get paid because you can charge them for taking them to the bank. I never had a set price when core members asked me how much I would charge them. I always told them to give me what they could afford, and by doing it that way, I undermined all the other drivers. Other drivers would have like this ridiculous set price and they would take you on their time. Like, for example, they'll be like, yeah, I'll take you, but how about we go later on? No. Me, on the other hand, I would cram as many people as I could fit inside my car and we would head out immediately. And it was fun, you know. After, we would always grab something to eat or we would go shopping, and I was able to pay like a small bill or two by doing so. The only downside of driving people back and forth from bank to bank is that it can take half the day. But other than that, it was pretty cool. You can also take an Uber, Lyft, or a taxi. I would recommend going with a group of people so you guys can all split the fare. If you can't get a ride from a fellow core member and you don't have money for a taxi, don't worry, you're not out of luck. A town run will be made for all those who need to cash their check using a CCC state vehicle. This concludes the video on how much you get paid at California Conservation Corps. If you have any other questions or concerns, please leave a comment below, email me or message me, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. In an upcoming video, I'll be discussing the things that you should buy with your first paycheck. And you can actually see and purchase some of those items from Amazon in the description below. Doing so helps out the channel, and you'll be prepared to start working on grade, spike, the kitchen, or emergencies. I do know that some of you guys will be leaving home soon and joining the sea, so I wish you good luck, have a safe trip, and until then, keep striving to be the king or queen in your passions, and peace.